Good morning, friends. The Miami Dolphins were 20th in the NFL in 2021. They averaged 233.5 yards per game with 24 TDs. Jalen Waddle was the focal point of the Miami airstrike with 1,105 yards and 104 receptions for 6 TDs. Gesicki was the second major contributor with 73 receptions, 780 yards, and just 2 TDs. Suppose we assume that Miami will have an improved offensive line, currently in process, and as a result football will run more effectively next season under Mostert Edmonds, and perhaps some of Gaskin. In that case, it will create more lanes in the passing game. Waddell was simply great in 2021, silencing critics of his high draft election in last year's draft, at least in my opinion, and setting a new rookie record for receptions. He should be considered the centerpiece of the Dolphins' passing offense, as Deebo Samuel now belongs to the San Francisco 49ers. The comparison is inevitable because these two are the best receivers in Mike McDaniel's recent offensive regime. However, Waddle is definitely not a Samuel and will not be used in Miami. They are just two different great football players. Deebo 6'0", 5'215". Meanwhile, Zelen is 5'10", 185 pounds. Deborah has the physical frame to run the ball for several carries in a game. Jalen doesn't. I wouldn't dare give Waddle a carry in the tackle and risk potential injury. Waddell usually escapes from the defense and Samuel hits between them. Mike McDaniel has to come up with dramas and structures to take advantage of Jalen Waddle's explosives and other interesting qualities. For example, he could work on the play-action play to be more credible, and he could also improve the RPO offense, if he decides to keep it, so that Waddle would have the opportunity to catch a long yardage throw at least as a compliment. The smaller ones he has dominated last season. In his first year as a Dolphin, Jalen averaged 9.8 yards per catch, which is significantly lower than his average of 18.9 yards per reception in Alabama last year. Next in line is Mike Gesicki, a former Penn State tight end who has, deservedly, received more attention in Miami's crime over the past few seasons. Gesicki is an athlete and versatile tight end. In 2021, he was in 55% of snap slots and the other 30% out, which the Dolphins drafted in the second round of the 2018 NFL Draft. He stood at reception, 73, and yard, 780, at the height of the 2021 career. Gesicki was in line to become a free agent this March, but a smart Mike McDaniel acknowledged his talent and franchise tagged him so he could have one more year or more if they could reach an extension. Just as happened with Zelen and Deborah, McDaniel oversaw crime in San Francisco last season, so comparisons between Gesicki and current Niner tight end George Kittle are inevitable. Kittle held 71 receptions and 6 scores for 910 yards on the McDaniels offense last year. Like the number of Gesicki's without touchdown catches. Hopefully, our new coaches can work around and include some drama to make Gesicki relevant in the red zone, which was his only weakness in his young and promising career. In my opinion, if Gesicki could improve his decent touchdown reception rate per season, currently 3.25, he could soon be included in this NFL-era elite tight group. Thank you. Please subscribe my